So hi everyone, today I thought I would do something a little bit different for my blog. Instead of doing a written blog, I thought I would try something that I tried last year in doing a video blog. Okay, so the topic of modelling. So I'm going to talk about a couple of experiences I've had, as well as some of the literature and different things to do with modelling. Okay, throughout the video I will hold up some references. I'll also put all the references in the order they will inside my blog as well, along with the video. Okay, so the main basis of my video today is going to be looking at mentoring and modelling, and specifically 3 types of ways. Okay, so at this point you may want to pause the video so that you can read the reference. But as you can see, Bandura speaks about 3 different types of modelling. Okay, one being a live model, so demonstrating there and then, where you can mentor and look at doing demonstrations, things like that. Second one being verbal, so communicating by just talking, by verbal speech. So this could be helpful in mentoring someone who is blind or disabilities in such like that, that can't see visual demonstrations. And the third one is by using symbolic models. Okay, so using mentors, either famous people, or using websites, using books. They can be fictional or non-fictional. These can help give an idea to the participants that you're using to help them progress and gain the idea of what they're looking for in that session. One thing I do use at the moment with my under 7s is using the concept of Spider-Man to help them mentor and help them discuss between themselves a sort of position that I want them to be in. So as the under 7s, they all want to chase the ball and all want contact to the ball. So what we've tried to work on a little bit is using Spider-Man's web, so using the diamond shape that they can all learn in school and all know what a diamond looks like, with 4 corners. We play 5-a-side, so each player takes 1 point of our diamond, our Spider-Man's web, and they all work as a team of Spider-Man to try and stay in their position. And each individual can talk, and we've done this for a couple of weeks now, and each player can now discuss on what their role is within that diamond, within that spider web, and we've seen a lot more shape come through the team. I would like your views on this, whether you think that's a good idea using that sort of system, if you think there's anything else you could add, or maybe you like the idea and you think you could change it for your sport. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that method. Okay, so Bandura also says this. Okay, so most human behaviour is learned observationally. Okay, so again, we have our learning styles, but when we're mentoring, the most powerful thing is the observational stuff. So in football we use a lot of tactics boards, but also using demonstrations and using different things on the pitch. I've seen people who've not had tactics boards using cones and bibs on the floor to mark out a smaller pitch to demonstrate on the pitch. These are great tools to use, as obviously when mentoring people and helping develop that mentoring your players, but you can also mentor your coaches in that as well. I am currently mentoring a coach at the football club I coach at, and instead of telling him this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, I'm showing him different ways of coaching and different styles of coaching to see which he feels is best for himself. So I'm currently trying to mentor him in that way, so he can observe and then take it into the next session to see what he can do as a coach. The whole point of mentoring and to progress people is to empower. Okay, so Wetton, Cameron and Woods say this about empowerment. Okay, so obviously empowering, and it's there to help people develop and to help them gain self-efficacy. Okay, because there's no point mentoring or coaching a player if it goes in one ear and out the other. As coaches, sometimes we get too worked up and too personalised on ourselves and thinking, well, I've done this now, I've hit A to B, I've hit C, D, E, F, I've checked all my checklists off, but then the players don't understand, or it goes in one ear and out the other, and they don't understand how to translate that onto a football pitch. If we're not doing our coaching and mentoring right, once we leave the training session, it may not evaluate and accumulate on the pitch. So gaining that mentoring them so that they can have their self-efficacy and their autonomy is where we need them to be, where they can think for themselves and be creative for themselves, is very important. So also, Bandura again found that modelling some behaviours provides a forceful impetus. Okay, so this gives them the opportunity, and it helps keep that task in their heads. So when they see that their teammates are doing a certain skill and their teammate discusses and shows them how to do it themselves, it's not just the coach, and the coach always going, well, do this, do that. If you get a player to mentor the other player, if the player's already got that self-efficacy and is nailing down the skill time after time, we don't want to give the player too much responsibility too early, because that may hinder their advances in their progression as well. Okay, so in terms of learning and critical thinking, learners say it's best developed in small groups with peers, serving as critical mirrors, shedding light on assumptions. Okay, so in discussions with players see that sometimes they can get frustrated when their coach tells them, pass it like this, pass it like that, try this, try that. Okay, some players can get disheartened, some players can get demoralised, and that's where a coach can then use mentoring, player mentoring, peer mentoring, so that a coach can come in and say to a player, right, I want you to go and help this player with this sort of skill. So both parties are then gaining a learning experience, which is a very beneficial and productive way of mentoring. And as a coach, gaining more valuable experience, it means that you can then observe how that situation is going, but also observing other parts of the session as well. Okay. So Bandura suggests that the three conditions are necessary for people to feel a sense of efficacy, and these are the three things. Okay, so one, a belief that they have the ability to perform the task, a belief that they are capable of putting the necessary effort in, and a belief that no outside obstacles are going to affect them. Okay, so these are the three things that you need to see in your players before offering them the mentoring opportunity. Again, I'm thinking as mentoring a coach myself, I have to think about these things. Do I have the correct knowledge to be able to pass on? It's okay me saying to another coach, oh, I think this is the best way of doing a passing session, this is the best way of doing a finishing session, but have I got the knowledge? I then have to personally look at myself and see, have I got the knowledge, have I got the understanding to be able to say to that coach, this is how you should do it. Same with players. If players are unconfident themselves, they may be doing the skill time and time again, but they may not have the confidence within themselves that they can do that skill. Therefore, they're not ready to be offered the mentoring opportunity. We see critically thinking at the moment as third year students, and we've been given the opportunity to mentor some of the students from a different university, first years. And I'd like to know your opinions on whether you believe that us as first years have enough knowledge, or coaching knowledge, teaching knowledge, understanding to be able to mentor other students who are first years, even though we're 2 years down the line from where they were. Have we gained enough self-efficacy? Have we gained enough knowledge and understanding to be able to give them the right opportunities to progress them as coaches? I'd like to see what your thoughts on that would be. So also going back into the three different methods. One last methods was using different things like web technologies, and this is one reason why I'm doing a video blog right now, is to have a look at the different ways we can do. We've all done written blogs and used videos from YouTube and stuff like that, but I'm just wondering as well if you'd like to comment on, is this a good way of discussing? Maybe, you know, we could do a group blog where we all video and have a big discussion to end the semester on, and discuss all the topics, especially mentoring. Okay, so the last thing is this quote. Okay, so this is talking about using different technologies. Okay, so this is talking about using different technologies and stuff like that into the production and helping to form neural pathways into the mentoring and into the coaching sessions to give our participants or our mentees the best opportunity to progress and give them the best opportunity to gain new experiences and new information, and to ultimately keep that information and those experiences into productive experiences. So again, finishing off, I'd like to again, just a few little questions. Whether you think this is a good way of blogging. Do you think we could do a video mentoring session to one of our participants? Could we look at the way they do it, and could we give them video feedback like this? Other methods, obviously we could video feedback over Skype. Is that a good way of mentoring someone? Is there flaws with that? Is there benefits with that? Also, I'd like to see and hear your opinions on the Spider-Man technique, and whether you think there is one better way out the 3 different ways of modelling, in terms of, do you think observational is the best? Do you think the verbal communication is the best? Or do you think the symbolic method is the best? Thank you very much for listening. I look forward to reading your replies and hearing your replies and discussing this topic further. Thank you very much.